While the mainstream media continues to howl and cry for more gun regulation and control on American citizens, in the wake of the reported tragedy in an Orlando nightclub, they remain, for the most part, curiously silent about the attempted mass murder at a nightclub in South Carolina recently. A remarkable incident is being largely ignored by corporate mainstream media. Why? Well, maybe because it doesn't fit their guns are bad narrative. A man with a concealed carry license stopped a mass shooting in progress outside a South Carolina nightclub in the early morning hours on Sunday, after an assailant opened fire in a crowd of people, striking and injuring 3. 32-year-old Jody Ray Thompson faces multiple attempted murder charges stemming from the incident. According to police, none of the victims' injuries were life-threatening. As Thompson was firing at the crowd, one of his would-be victims with a concealed carry permit was able to return fire, striking Thompson in the leg and ending the mass shooting in progress. Thompson was still on the scene when deputies arrived, but the initial scene was chaotic. It wasn't until victims and witnesses were interviewed and video from the scene was reviewed that Thompson was identified as the shooter. Police confirmed that the man who stopped the attack had a valid concealed weapons permit and won't face any charges. Thompson faces 4 counts of attempted murder, possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime, and unlawful carrying of a weapon. See, the interesting thing about this whole incident is that it flies in the face of the narrative that people would be safer if we made it harder for individuals to gain access to or legally carry firearms. This whole push to make it more difficult for law-abiding citizens to access or carry firearms actually works against public safety, as clearly illustrated in this case. The current narrative on gun control is that mass shootings defined by the FBI as 3 or more people killed in one incident are at epidemic levels. Authorities tell us that this ostensible epidemic requires society to increase restrictions on gun ownership as a means of saving lives and lowering the U.S. homicide rate. But guys, it's important to keep in mind that mass shootings in public places should never be the main focus in the gun debate for gun control. The reality is that on average, mass shootings account for much less than a single % of the overall U.S. homicide rate. Had this concealed carrier not been present when this gunman began opening fire, this incident could likely have been much worse and had way deadlier consequences. The reality is that a concealed carrier at ground zero during the time of an attack can stop the carnage much sooner. See, when good people carry firearms, it saves lives. And don't expect the media to be telling you that anytime soon. So what do you guys think? Does anybody have a brain out there? How does it make sense to respond to a terrorist threat by removing guns from those who are and have been terrorized? If you want, take the time to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Guys, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you want to support the work I do here, head on over to my store and pick up one of these hard-hitting, conversation-starting shirts that are pretty much guaranteed to provoke thought and spark dialogue as we continue to educate people about what's actually going on in the world today and how these issues directly affect us as individuals. You'll find the link to the store in the description below, and you can use the 5 off promo code to get your discount. Until next time, remember what Thomas Edison said: opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work. Let's roll up our sleeves and do the work that it's going to take to change this world. I'll see you guys in the next video.